What's up, guys? My name is TechnoTuner. Today we're taking a look at Constellars, the Tellarknight, whatever you really want to call it. It's basically just tellers all in general. We're going to be taking a look at how the deck does, going first for 2 hands and then going second in its final test hand. Today we're going to be taking a look at this rank 4 deck that is very well known for the constellations and star examples and basically references it makes to the actual game. It is a good dual terminal deck. It's still a lot of fun to play, and it's one of those rank 4 decks that I would highly recommend people checking out. It's a very fun deck. You can mix it with Ryzeal, you can make it pure, you can mix it with Onomat. There's a lot of good options here as well. Do note that we are not going to be trying to go through the FTK, but we will be trying to go through and doing more plays and learn how the deck works. So please forgive me if there are a few missed opportunities here for better plays, but I am just trying to show off the deck at what it can do and what kind of boards you guys can see. This deck, as I've said, is a lot of fun, does offer up a lot of good capabilities, from being able to pop, summon multiple bodies, being able to bounce back your opponent's board, set up negations, mess with your opponent's graveyard. There's a lot of good capabilities within this deck as a whole, but let's go ahead and hop right into our first test hand, where we can go over a little bit more and see what the deck can actually do. All right, let's go ahead and hop into our first hand, which is going to be Tellarknight, an Automata Kage, Tellarknight Stygian, a Tellarknight Lyran, and an Infinite Impermanence. So we have a lot of good opportunities here in which we can further utilize our plays. We're first going to start off with Tellarknight, effect to summon as chain 1, chain 2, Lyran, to summon itself, and then in a new chain to add a spell. But we're going to go ahead and summon it, and then summon another Satellar or Constellar monster. Well, summon another Constellar monster, which would be our Tellarknight Stygian. Tellarknight Stygian will then allow us to add a monster on new chain along with Lyran, allowing us to add another spell. We're going to go ahead and add the Sky Bridge and then Stygian to add us another monster. Constellar Caduceus. We'll next take Tellarknight Lyran and Constellar Caduceus, or Constellar Caster, excuse me, go into Tellarknight Constellar Caduceus. This allows us to basically add or target a Tellarknight or Constellar card in our graveyard, add them to our hand, but we can banish one Tellarknight or Constellar monster then from our hand or deck, and then detach one material from this card. Its effect becomes the same as that monster. So we're going to detach Caster. We're going to banish wherever Caster is, or all at the top, ironically. Caster effect to summon from deck, in which we'll go ahead and summon Tellarknight Unikali. Unikali effect to send to the graveyard a all-terrain. Then what we can do here makes it a little bit more fun. We're going to go ahead and activate that Sky Bridge, bouncing back the Unikali to summon out the Tellarknight Altair effect to summon Caster. Then we're going to take Altair and Stygian. Let's go into our Deltaros. Deltaros has the fun effect of we can attach one material from this card, add one Tellarknight or Stellar monster from our deck to our hand. Then immediately after this effect resolves, normal summon one light monster. So we're going to attach the Stygian to add a Tellarknight Lyran, and then special summon our Tellarknight Stygian. We'll go ahead and activate Tellarknight Stygian here. Just reading a card real quick. Okay. So we can take these two. And we can either go directly into our Ptolemaios, but I think we're going to hold off because there's another play I want to do instead, where we're going to take both Deltaros and Caudatius instead and go into our Eclipse Twins. Eclipse Twins is on board now, to where we can then now take these two, or hold off and then do Special Summon Caudatius effect, allowing us to add a Constellar spell, where we'll go ahead and add Constellar Tellarknights. Now, there's a reason why I didn't just automatically rank up there, because we would be short one body. In this case, we'll go ahead and do Caudatius and Caster, go directly into our Tellarknight Ptolemaios, which will then trigger our Tellarknight All-Terrain to summon itself back, and then it'll allow us to pop our Eclipse Twins, Eclipse Twins 1, Deltaros 2. Eclipse Twins will basically summon, Eclipse Twins 2, Deltaros 1, allowing us to summon a Tellarknight monster from our hand or banishment. So we're going to go ahead and summon this back in defense, summon back the caster that we banished. And then we can make Stygian a level 5 along with another monster if we want to go ahead and do that. But we do have other opportunities here as well, which I would rather us try out first, because we have the opportunity here to take these two, go into Gaga Magician effect. We can then detach one, we target one Xyz monster in our graveyard, detach one material, and special summon it, but negates effects. So we're going to summon back the Tellarknight Constellar Caudatius, detaching Constellar Caudatius. Take these two, go directly into our Utopic F0 Future, and then into our number F0 Utopic Draco Future. Then we'll go ahead and use Constellar Tellarknights, allowing us to special summon one Tellarknight monster from our hand or graveyard. This case, we'll just go ahead and get us a Constellar Caster. We'll make both of them level 5. Take these two, go directly into our Chronomaly Vimana. And we're setting pretty well off, in all honesty, allowing us to set an infinite impermanence. We can also utilize our Deltaros here, allowing us to further rank up. We can also make Ptolemy, utilizing that one. But in this case, we're going to go ahead Tellarknights effect to rank up Deltaros into Constellar Diamond if you want to. I don't recommend it, as we're going to be going ahead and during our opponent's turn, well, during our end step, attaching us a Tellarknight Triver to this Tellarknight Ptolemaios, and then during our Ptolemaios effect, during our opponent's turn, detach 3, rank up into Ptolemy M7, which makes it a little more awkward, but we do have the other opportunity here of just leaving these two along with the Ptolemaios, not utilizing the Triver because we can use that as a board breaker. Go into the Ptolemy M7 and then utilize Constellar Tellarknights to go into the extra Satellar Knight Constellar Ptolemy Omega 7. So we have the further protection off of Deltaros. So we have an Imperm with Deltaros keeping our Constellar Ptolemy Omega 7 protected. We have a Vimana negate, and we have Utopic Draco Future, which makes it a lot harder for our opponent to really interact with, but makes it a lot more of a solidified board state. That's all I got for the first test hand. Let's go ahead and hop into our second one. All right, for our next test hand, let's see what we get. We get Dododo Warrior, Tellarknight Stygian, Dominus Purge, Infinite Impermanence, and Tellarknight Lyrian. So we actually have a really good combo to start us off. So we'll go ahead and start with the normal summon Tellarknight Stygian. Stygian effect when summon basically allows us to go ahead and add a Tellarknight or Constellar card or monster from our deck to our hand. We'll chain to that Tellarknight Lyrian to summon it. and then we'll add to our hand a Constellar Caudacious. Lyran effect will then trigger, allowing us to add a Constellar spell, which will be the Satellar spell. We'll add the Tellarknight Skybridge. What we can do here is go ahead and utilize Tellarknight Skybridge, bounce back the Lyran, allowing us to summon the Constellar Caster effect to special summon a Constellar monster from our deck, which will be the Tellarknight Lyran, because it is considered a Constellar card. We won't be able to get the Tellarknight Lyran effect, but that's perfectly fine. And then we'll overlay Caster and Lyran to go into Tellarknight Caudacious. We'll utilize Caudacious effect here, sending detaching Caster to send another Caster, which will be banishing to utilize its effect to summon from our deck a Unikali. Unikali effect to send Tellarknight All-Terrain. Or Altair. No, it's All-Terrain. All-Terrain will then be in our graveyard, so we can utilize its effect when we need to. At this point, we'll go ahead, utilize Dododo Warrior, special summoning it, sending a Automata Kage from our deck to the graveyard. Automata Kage effect, we can then summon it back, but banish it when it leaves the field. We'll take Stygian and Unikali, go directly into our Deltaros. Deltaros effect, detaching the Stygian to allow us to add to our hand a Tellarknight Altair. We'll special summon the Tellarknight Altair. Tellarknight Altair effect to revive back a Tellarknight Stygian. Then what we can do here is take these two, go directly into our Eclipse Twins, and then we can take Stygian and Altair. We won't take Stygian and Altair. We're going to take Dododo Warrior and Automata Kage to go into our Tellarknight Ptolemaeus. Then, since that was triggered, we'll go ahead and summon back the Altair. Altair effect to pop the Eclipse Twins. Eclipse Twins as 2, Tellarknight Constellar Deltaros as 1. Deltaros to summon back 1 Constellar monster from hand or banishment. We'll summon back the Constellar. We can. We're not going to, because there's a reason for this. We're going to summon back the Constellar Deltaros using the Eclipse Twins. And then we're going to rank up here, or exceeds, I should say, into Gaga Magician. Gaga Magician effect. We're going to detach one material from it. We're going to detach the Altair, adding the, then summoning back the Tellarknight Stellar Caudacious. We'll overlay those two. Go into our F0 and Utopic Draco F0. So we'll just do that all in one. Then we'll go ahead, since we control a Constellar monster, summon Caudacious, Caudacious effect, adding us a Constellar card, which will be Constellar Tellarknights. Where we'll go ahead and make both of them a level 5. Overlay those two. Go into Chronomaly Vimana, giving us another monster negation. And from here, we can activate the Constellar Tellarknights, or we can save it for next turn. At this point, it would be more fun just to go ahead and activate it. Then we can special summon a Tellarknight monster at this point in time, which is going to be the Constellar Caster. Actually, let's summon one with a bigger defense in case we're going against something stupid. We'll summon Lyran in defense. We can then Xyz up using Ptolemy 7 with Deltaros, and then utilizing Constellar Tellarknights, going to extra Satellar Constellar Knight Ptolemy Omega 7, and then we can use Ptolemaeus to go directly and attach Trevor to our monster as a material. Then we'll detach these three, right? Summon out Constellar Pleiades. In a new chain during our opponent's turn, Tellarknight Trevor effect. We can target one Tellarknight monster in our graveyard and special summon it. So we'll special summon which is funny because we're kind of locked here. We'll summon the Altair, because Altair basically makes it to where we pop cards equal to the amount of light and dark Xyz monsters we control. So we have 4, so we pop up the 4 cards. We can shuffle back 4 cards, and then we would have the Dominus Purge and Infinite Impermanence set in the back row, so we have further interaction there as well. We have a search negation, a effect negation, we have a monster effect negation, we have a negate and steal, we have a shuffle back 4, and we have a bounce 1. So if our opponent can play through that, that makes it even more impressive, but that is still one heck of a combo. All right, now that you guys have seen what the deck can do going first, let's see what we can do going second. All right, for us going second, let's see what we got. We get Tellarknight Stygian, Tellarknight Unicali, Dodo Warrior, Infinite Impermanence, and a Tellarknight All-Terrain. Drawing, we get Tellarknight Altair. All right, so let's go ahead and start this out. We'll go ahead and we can trigger one of the following. We'll go ahead and do Dodo Warrior, summon it, sending a Anamata Kage from our deck to the graveyard. Send the Anamata Kage. Anamata Kage effect to special summon itself. They're both level 4s. Take these 2. Go directly into our Tellarknight Constellar Caduceus. Caduceus effect. We can banish a monster from our deck by detaching one material. We'll detach the Dodo Warrior. Yep. And banishing a Constellar Caster to activate the effect. It's going to be basically modifying the effect to be the same as Caster, as we already know. To summon from our deck our Tellarknight Stygian. Stygian effect to add a monster. We'll go ahead and add a Constellar Caster. We'll then go ahead and normal summon the Constellar Caster, Caster effect, allowing us to special summon a Tellarknight Lyran. Lyran effect, allowing us to add a Tellarknight spell. Go ahead and get the Tellarknight Skybridge here as well. Or we can also add instead, given our hand, we'll go ahead and do the Constellar Tellarknights. Next, we'll take Caster and Stygian. Go directly into our Deltaros. Deltaros effect. We can detach one material from this card, add one Tellarknight or Constellar monster from our deck to our hand. So we'll detach the Stygian. We're going to add the Constellar Caduceus from our deck to our hand. And then we can summon a monster. This point, we're going to go with the Altair to bring back the Constellar Stygian, or Tellarknight Stygian, and then we're going to overlay these two into our Eclipse Twins. As you guys have already seen this 1,000,001 times during this video, then we'll go ahead and take Altair and Lyran, go into our Tellarknight Ptolemaios. We'll activate Constellar Tellarknights, allowing us to special summon the Tellarknight or Constellar monster from our hand or graveyard. We'll summon the Tellarknight All-Terrain. All-Terrain effect to pop the Eclipse Twins. Eclipse Twins effect 1, Tellarknight Constellar Deltaros 2, or however order you wish to see fit. We'll go ahead and summon Deltaros back. Deltaros effect will trigger when it was sent to the graveyard and all that, to summon a Tellarknight monster from our hand or banishment. This case, we'll go ahead and bring back the caster. Next, we'll go ahead and make Stygian and caster level 5. Overlay these two. Make our Chronomaly Vimana. Then we'll go ahead and special summon the Constellar Caduceus effect, adding us another Constellar Tellarknights. But we can overlay those two. To our Gaga Magician, we'll use the effect, detaching our Tellarknights All-Terrain, bringing back the Tellarknights Constellar Caduceus. We'll use these two. Go directly into our F0 Utopic Future, into our number F0 Utopic Draco Future. And we're kind of setting pretty right now, aren't we? So, what do we do next? Well, we actually have a lot of good capability here, in which we can go into Ptolemy M7 using Stellar Xyz monster control, and then we transfer its materials. So, in theory, we could technically use the Tellarknight Ptolemaios, but we do have other options here as well, as during the main phase, we attach 2 materials from this card. One Xyz monster gains, makes its attack 4,000 until the end of the turn, which would be Utopic Draco Future, if we wanted to finish up the game that way. But in this case, I think it's going to be more fun if we try to OTK. So we'll go ahead and use Tellarknight Ptolemaios, go into Constellar Ptolemaios using Constellar Tellarknights. And then we could attach one and bounce a card our opponent controls from the field to the board, or from the field or graveyard to their hand if we want. We do have a 2,500, 3K, 27, and 23 that we can swing over with. We'll go ahead and detach the Ptolemaios from it to bounce a card from our opponent's board. We can then, at the end step, equip 2 Chronomaly Vimana. Or the very fun part that you could have done at the very start is Tellarknight Trevor, starting out with a Stygian and another monster, and going Trevor, bounce everything back, and then doing that as well. But we're already way past that. In this case, we're just basically going to go ahead and go to battle, swing 3K, 25, 27, 23, end step, or we'll go to main phase 2, go directly into Extracellular Constellar Ptolemy Omega 7. And then we'll attach this to Vimana. During our opponent's turn, as a quick effect. And we'll go ahead and set the infinite impermanence. So if they can beat over this on the crackback, I would be amazed. But if they can't, we still got a shuffle 3 back, a monster negation, a negation in steel, and our monsters are protected. At least our Constellar monsters are, which makes it a lot harder for them to really do much about. And then if they can't really out us here, we have the fun part of going into Trigger next turn, bouncing everything back. During the turn, if you exceed summon this card, you cannot special summon except Tellarknight monsters. This card's exceed summon, return all other cards on the field to the hand. Once returned, detach one material from this card, send one random card from your opponent's hand to the graveyard. If this card with material is sent to the graveyard, you target one Tellarknight's monster in the graveyard, special summon it. So you do have those as opportunities as well to further board break your opponent. Nonetheless, they're going to be sitting there wondering what the hell happened, or what the heck happened, and basically experiencing some problems when trying to out this board. And then next turn we draw into infinite impermanence, which just basically makes it even harder. Either way, guys, that's all I got for you today. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please feel free to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one.